This demonstration provides an introduction to Teamcenter Express and explains how the task-oriented user interface facilitates the completion of everyday tasks and processes. The user interface has a similar layout to Microsoft Outlook. The menu bar and toolbar are located at the top of the screen, and the Navigator, Explorer, and Data panels make up the main part of the screen. A quick link in the Navigator panel takes you to the Home area. This is a user's default workspace and includes links to the mailbox, the New Stuff folder, where new items will be linked by default, and top-level folders that have been configured to meet the customer's requirements. The content and sequence of links stored in the Quick Links area can also be configured by the user. This is one of the many examples of the flexibility of the user interface. The Open Items area contains a list of the Data panel tabs that the user currently has open, and the History area contains a history of previous actions. The Favorites area contains user-created shortcuts to frequently accessed folders and items. The I Want To area contains quick links to everyday tasks. For example, when we select Create a Part, a wizard is started that guides the user through the process of adding a new part to the database. Some more examples are this wizard for adding a new data set to the database, this wizard for adding a new form. Forms are used to capture and display attribute data, and this wizard for creating a new folder. The Explorer panel allows the user to explore the user-defined folder structure. In this example, we've opened the Parts folder and selected a component. The 3D model for this part is displayed in the Viewer tab of the Data panel. We can dynamically rotate and zoom this 3D model as shown here. We now select the Details tab in the Data panel to review key attribute information for this part. The Referencers tab is used to display where used information, so we can quickly see what assemblies use this part. We will now open the Inbox. This area is used to inform the user of workflow tasks that need to be performed and tracked. Now we'll use a quick link to open our list of saved searches and run a search for our work-in-progress parts. The search results are displayed both in the Explorer panel and in the Data panel as shown here. We will now go back to the Home area and select multiple parts from the Parts folder. When we click on the Viewer tab, thumbnail images are displayed. This enables rapid graphical review of the contents of a folder or the results of a search. We will now demonstrate one of the many wizards implemented in Teamcenter Express by adding a new item to the database. In the first step, we're prompted to select the item type. In the second step, we use the Assign option to automatically assign the next available part number, as well as an initial revision to the item. In the next steps, we have the opportunity to input more detailed attribute information about the new item. These forms are all delivered as part of the Teamcenter Express pre-configured cPDM environment. Tools are also available that enable individual customers to create their own forms. In the last step of the wizard, we can assign the new item to a project. Teamcenter Express supports project-based security and ensures that only users authorized to work on a specific project have access to data associated with that project. The new item has now been added. We can browse our New Stuff folder to locate it. We will now associate a file with the new item by adding a new data set to the database. Again, we use a wizard to guide us through this task. Here, we're browsing our local file system for the PDF file for the new dataset. We can now expand our item and see the new dataset associated with it. When we select the dataset, we can view the 2D document. Note that Teamcenter Express recognizes the PDF file extension and automatically launches the appropriate application to view this file. We will now select one of the top-level assemblies from our folder structure. The bill of materials for the assembly is displayed in the built-in Product Structure Editor interface. Here, we expand the assembly to see a list of the subassemblies and components that form the next level of the product structure. We also add the viewer panel to the display so we can graphically examine the assembly. Here, we are using rotate and zoom commands to reposition the assembly. We can add additional panels of visualization commands to the interface from this menu. For example, we can enable measurement, cross-sectioning, and markup capabilities. Here we have chosen to add the 3D visibility commands to the interface, and we use a command to make the cover transparent. We will now zoom in on the assembly to visualize some of the components that were previously hidden by the cover. We hope this short demonstration has given you a good introduction to Teamcenter Express, and that you've seen how the user interface helps users complete everyday tasks efficiently and consistently.